Before the end of 2020, Tesla, or I guess specifically Elon himself, promised us an update worthy of flames, codenamed or I guess referred to as the holiday update. This was supposed to be the massive Tesla update for the year, bringing with it lots of new features, new abilities, possibly a new redesigned user interface. Kind of like the move from version 9 to version 10 of Tesla software, this was going to be a really big deal. And we waited and waited, and we're still waiting. We never got the promised holiday update. But Tesla did just release what arguably is the biggest update we've seen this year, probably really in quite some time, that does add a lot of new features to your Model 3 and Model Y specifically, and I guess the S and X as well, and also could save you about $100 or more per year. So let me tell you about this new update that is going to save you money and put more cash back in your pocket, and also kind of give you the lowdown on version 11, what we know, what's changing, and once and for all, when is it actually coming? So this latest update that is rolling out to Tesla vehicles as of the time of publishing this video is one that adds a couple of nice new features. The first is that it adds Disney Plus to the built-in Tesla Theater, which is super nice, gives you some more streaming flexibility, and now just kind of gives you the option to watch Disney Plus content right inside of your Tesla Theater experience. No having to jump around and use workarounds, or having to load up the content on your phone or your tablet. This lets you do it right from the built-in Tesla Theater, and is super nice. Obviously, if you want to unlock more functionality, or maybe if you wanted to watch Disney Plus before this update, you're probably using a better theater. I've talked about this website. It is free. I'll leave a link to it down below. It basically allows you to watch in full screen content from a variety of different websites and streaming platforms, including like content of your own from Plex. This is a wonderful website, an awesome tool that I will leave a link down below. And better theater is nice, but having Disney Plus built in to this update is nice, but it's not the big one. It's not the big feature just yet. There's also a new car wash mode, which makes it super easy to go through an automatic car wash and make sure certain things are already done ahead of time for you automatically, so you're not going to run into any weird issues, like making sure the charge port stays automatically locked, reducing your speed, making sure the windows are up, just making sure your Tesla is ready to go through a car wash and nothing weird is going to happen. No water is going to get anywhere it shouldn't. Car wash mode is nice, has all these nice little green lights to show you that you're good to go, and is just going to make your life a little bit more convenient when washing your Tesla. But the biggest part of this update, arguably the biggest feature, was a small little improvement that I honestly never thought Tesla was going to make, and that is that you can now go from park to drive and keep Wi-Fi on automatically. Let me say that again. If you shift from park to drive, Wi-Fi in the car will stay on automatically. Now, you might be asking yourself, or asking me, why is this a big deal? This seems stupid. Why in the world is this worthy of a major headline in an update? Well, the reason is because this little switch that is now basically turned on automatically could save you $120 a year by basically not allowing you to have to pay for premium connectivity. That is because a lot of the things that you could do with premium connectivity could actually be done from the personal hotspot built in your phone. Now, I've done a previous video I will leave a link to down below and up here that kind of goes through what premium connectivity is, what it can do, what it can't do. Basically, it is like your car's data plan, and you can do things like streaming music, you can have access to a web browser, you can get live satellite maps, you can basically do a whole lot with premium connectivity as long as you're willing to pay $10 a month to be able to actually use the car's data connection. You could do a lot of the stuff without premium connectivity, and you could use Wi-Fi on your phone, but the little gotcha that Tesla always had was that you would never be able to stay connected to Wi-Fi automatically. When you shifted from drive to park or park to drive, Wi-Fi would always turn off. So you basically have to get your personal hotspot ready on your car, shift into drive, pull forward and get ready to go, and then go back up in the corner, tap Wi-Fi, turn it on, and then get the thing to reconnect again, which was not a huge hassle, but was annoying if you were doing it every single day. Now that Wi-Fi automatically always stays on, you don't have to worry about that anymore, and you could use your phone to do most things you'd want to do with premium connectivity by not having to spend any of your hard-earned money. Putting this into practice, you'll find out this is actually a pretty sweet deal. The only thing that you cannot do with your personal Wi-Fi hotspot that you could do with premium connectivity, for whatever reason, is satellite maps and live traffic data. This probably has to go through maybe a special VPN on the Tesla side. Maybe there's something to do with the way that connectivity is set up, but you cannot do that through personal Wi-Fi on your phone for whatever reason. So if you do want to have access to satellite maps, if you're a fan of that live traffic visualization, which means you can see sort of red, green, and yellow depending on the traffic variations, then that is something you'd have to pay the $10 a month for to use premium connectivity. If you don't care about that, and you mainly just care about streaming music through TuneIn and Stitcher and Spotify and having access to karaoke and Tesla Theater, you can actually do all of that with Wi-Fi on your phone through a personal hotspot, so that actually works out quite well. Now, there is an argument to be made that maybe you're better off going through Tesla, because if you don't have unlimited data, $10 a month through Tesla might be a better deal, but I will let you make that decision for yourself. But regardless of what you decide to do, it's just kind of good to know that you could save some money by using the personal Wi-Fi feature on your phone and basically do everything you want to do besides those two little things, which I don't really think are a huge deal. Do you guys even use satellite maps or live traffic visualization? Let me know down below. And also, just to be clear, you still get navigation, route planning, all that's going to work just fine. You can actually use that without premium connectivity or Wi-Fi. That just works built into the car. Live traffic visualization is a totally separate thing. It's just the visual cues on the maps, and satellite maps is just what it sounds like. It's just the satellite view of the map. So two little things that don't impact anything in terms of functionality, just more on the creature comfort side. Now, for some of you guys, that might actually be a big deal, and many of you guys are really happy to not have to spend that money on premium connectivity anymore, which is great. But others of you might be a little bit skeptical and wondering, okay, if that was the big deal, was that really worth a video? And to that, I'd say no, because first off, I'm not done with the video. And secondly, I agree with you that that was not really worthy of a huge update, but that's kind of where we are right now. For better or worse, there has not been a major Tesla software update in a number of months. That holiday update never came. We really never got this version 11. And I guess we did get a slightly tweaked UI near the end of 2020, around 2021, that basically was kind of a step backwards by making the whole map bigger and the car interface bigger and the map smaller. But that's besides the point. We're all kind of still waiting for this version 11. And what we know about version 11 is that it's supposed to add a lot of cool things to your Tesla. It's supposed to give you basically this new sort of redesigned UI, like what we have on the Model S and Model X. At least that's what we're hoping for, that kind of adopts this different window strategy that allows you to drag different windows around the interface. You can sort of drag and drop applications somewhat freely around the UI as you please. There's a little dock at the bottom that kind of gives you shortcuts to frequently used apps like Spotify and Calendar and Maps and stuff like that, web browser as well, among other things, and really is a drastically different user interface than what we have on the Tesla right now, and kind of what we have had for the past number of years. This would be really nice and would definitely look different. In addition to just looking different, there's also a lot of functionality that version 11 could bring with it as well. One of the most exciting is the option to have third-party music streaming services that are not Spotify. There have been some leaked, alleged spy shots of Apple Music, for example, and other services being an option that you could basically just turn on and have access to in your car. That would be super nice. There have been these long-standing rumors of a Tesla app store that you'd be able to have third-party apps, maybe different navigation apps like Waze and Google Maps, and even though we have Google Maps, just other apps, for example, that you could load onto your car. And these do also fall in line, these rumors of version 11 and this redesign, with what we've been hearing and seeing about a redesigned Tesla app for iOS and Android. Some new leaked photos came out over the weekend that showed off this new looking app that sort of follows the same look and theme of what we have on the Model S and Model X. It's almost like this skeuomorphic design that gives you access to more quick controls. You get a different view of your car. Now, all of this sounds cool, but when could we actually see it? Well, according to Elon, this new redesigned UI is coming to the 3 and the Y. So not sure if this is still version 11. It's a little hard to keep track on what this is. It certainly is not the holiday update, but it should be coming, this redesigned UI, to the 3 and the Y sometime soon, which makes us believe that all of these new features, the new app experience, the windowed experience, the dock, all of that stuff should be coming to the 3 and the Y as well, assuming you probably have a computer powerful enough to do it, maybe some kind of hardware 3 requirement. And also, we've been hearing from Elon that it should be coming with the wider release of this Mind of Car view and the wider release of the latest FSD version that should kind of be a more public beta. Right now, it's the FSD beta in private. As soon as it sort of rolls out to become more public, I think it's beta 9, then we should hopefully get this update. So that is sort of a rough timeline. Maybe sometime soon, maybe over the next couple of months, we could get this version 11. And what it could bring with it could be a lot of substantial upgrades. And I'm curious, what are your guys' thoughts on version 11? Assuming it comes in a couple of months and it brings with it this new UI, what else would you like to see besides third-party streaming options for digital media options like music streaming services, aside an app store? Besides an app store, what else would you want to see in version 11? What could it bring that would be cool and different, and how would you want it to look? I'm curious. Leave your comments and thoughts down below. And also, what are your thoughts on this new mobile app? Do you think this should be launching alongside version 11? And do you like the look or not? Some people are kind of torn on the skeuomorphic look. They like it or they don't. What are your thoughts? Leave it down below. What do you want to see with version 11? What is on your wish list? And what are your thoughts on premium connectivity? Are you going to be saving the money, and would you rather just use your personal hotspot on your phone? Or is the convenience of the built-in LTE just too nice to pass up, and you'll be sticking with that? Curious your thoughts on everything. Let me know down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I will see you all in the next one.